favorite podcast. It's Critical Blast.
Hi everyone, Jason Hunt here, inviting you to join us every Saturday morning for news, the week's headlines in science fiction, fantasy, horror, comic books, video games, plus Comic-Con updates and the weather, and the occasional interview along the way. We call it Good Morning Multiverse. We hope you join us every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 Central, right here on Sci-Fi for Me TV.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am RJ Carter, reporting to you live from the podcast offices of criticalblast.com, where all the news of Major City is here to be presented to you. This just in, the reports coming from the Major City Zoo are reporting to us that Harambe has been shot. Repeat, this is breaking news. Harambe, the gorilla, the beloved gorilla of Major City Zoo, has been shot. We do not know if this has any relation at all to do with the purple swirling miasma of clouds, which are delighting weather forecasters throughout all of Major City, appearing above the skyscrapers of our beloved city. To get more information on this, we are going to need some scientific input. Please welcome with me to the program, Doc Bishop. Doc, how are you tonight?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you, RJ. That was a wonderful introduction.
That was like a, in the middle of CromCon thing, I'm like, oh, I have the sound effect. What can I do with it?
Yeah, perfect. It fit perfect.
It's fun, and this is a fun book too. So I wanted to, it's easy to play with.
Oh yes, it's been a blast, and yes.
So last night, in fact, last 4 hours, and everybody, the link's right down there. you don't have any time to screw around anymore. It's right below the video.
4
Click
hours,
on it,
I
go
think.
over to it. 4 hours, which means it's really 3 hours and change.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how Kickstarter calculates its shut off. It's like Indiegogo is like, it doesn't matter what time you start your campaign, it ends on midnight of the last night. So you might get a few extra hours squeezed out of it.
This one actually allows you to pick it. This one will end at 12:10. So it was a
Well,
little deceiving 2 days ago when it said we had 3 days left.
okay. So when it says it has 4 hours to go, it is 7:08 Central right now. That means in 2 more minutes, it will have 3 hours to go.
Yes.
So now you're more rushed than ever, folks.
Yes, if you want your copy, the copies are printed and it will be funded or
It is funded.
rewarded. It's been funded and it will be rewarded. I've already printed the issues.
This is so fantastic. I looked in on this yesterday. I'm like, oh yay, it's $1,500 surpassed on the goal. I think it was like 1,600 and something. It's a little
We're
bit
like
higher now because
108% now or 110%, something like that. We did reach our goal and surpassed it. Just barely, but we are over the finish line.
well, just to show our guests who are watching this how much fun I think this is. My alarm did go off today. You will now see the manage your pledge button is highlighted on here, which means that we put our money where our mouth is on this one. And we went in there. We didn't buy a big tier. we got the book.
Yes, but you're going to get a signed copy of the book coming to you.
Oh, well, see, now I feel special.
So you are special. You've actually kicked me off on this road show of podcasts I've been on here recently. You're coming back to you. You are the beginning of it, and now I'm coming back to you a few weeks later, and I've been on like 9 of them.
Full circle. So I didn't even get the chance to ask you if any of them had come on and said, hey, yeah, come on and over, because I would have watched. I would have wanted to see them.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was throwing them up on Facebook and Twitter and the different places I had, but they were happening so fast and on top of my work schedule. It was difficult to keep on top of the past couple of weeks, but I think we've got a handle on it.
Yeah. It is when you've got the day job thing, you've got to.
Yes, you've got to. The money's got to come from somewhere. And
Yeah.
yes, I still work like a dog all day, every day.
It's amazing what you can do with a lunch hour when you've got the day job.
Or just stop sleeping. I figured I'll get all the rest I need when I'm dead.
This works. Yes. I'm looking forward to that day more and more. Because I worked with a guy, my last position. He's like, as older I get, the more I just enjoy taking naps. I said, that's your body's way of preparing you for death.
Yes, I have to take a nap every now and then, but for the most
feels
part,
good, doesn't it? Oblivion's
Oh,
not so bad, huh?
I threatened my children when they were younger. It's like, one day you're going to want to take a nap, and I'm not going to let you do it.
I don't really like taking naps. I like sleeping in the mornings. I don't want to get up when it's time.
The older I
and-
get, the less I can sleep in one period without
that's-
hurting.
Yes, that's what gets me out of bed. Is it's like my back is just like I've got to move now. But once I'm up, it's like I'll be up till 1 a.m. and I've got to get up at 6. But I've still got stuff to do. I want to do stuff. I'm watching a show. I'm reading a book, playing a game. I just I've never been one who's been able to be mature enough to say, okay, it's time to put myself down now.
No, bedtime doesn't exist for this adult, at least. No, I'm the exact same way. I was didn't get in bed until like 2 a.m. yesterday. I was 4 hours of podcast yesterday, and then the work and wind down after. Yeah, it was ridiculous. I
had read I had read Edgar Allan Poe as a teenager, and I think I took some of it to heart because he had that quote is like, sleep, those little slices of death, how I despise it. I was like, oh,
yes.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes, big fan of Poe. He had a lot of influence on me in my adolescent years. One of my newest collections is I collect antique books as well. So I actually have a pocket edition or a pocket set. It's 10 volumes of Edgar Allan Poe shorts dated back to 1890, I think was the dating on it.
Ooh, very nice.
So that's the prize of my collection at the moment.
Yeah, I've always wanted to get an 1880 something first edition Macmillan and Sons of Alice in Wonderland.
But
Ooh, that would be nice.
yeah,
I'm actually
be
looking
very
for a Bible pre-1610, and it's
cool.
difficult.
I've I've got one. I've got like four Bibles on my library shelf, all packed up, uh, and one of them's like a pocket-sized Bible but thick, and
Mhm.
it's like 1919, like Titanic era.
Wow.
Uh, and then I've got
Yeah,
this one that's like really. Go ahead.
no, I was just I have a thing for the antique books, the older books. I got a gift from my mother-in-law a few years ago, and it was the Good Husband's Handbook, and it went through in detail on how to pick up a date in a horse and carriage and the proper etiquette on how to do it. It was written in I want to say like 1910 or something like that.
That's very cool.
It was really
Yeah,
interesting read.
etiquette has changed so much. I mean, we're always ladies first is the phrase that comes to mind. You open the door, and it's like didn't used to be that way. It was the men would go in first, not out of rudeness, but because hey, it's
You
terra
don't,
incognita. We
yeah,
don't
you
know
don't know
what's in
what's on
there,
the other side.
so we'll make sure it's safe, and then you can come in.
Chivalry is not dead. It just might be taking a small nap. Speaking of naps.
Yes, absolutely. So So, so tell us, for the people who have missed you the first time, didn't see the world tour, uh, and I'll take the nap here because I know this one. Tell us about what is going on in First World. I gave a little bit of away with that little impromptu news broadcast,
Oh, you
but
you you set me up perfect for First World. So currently in First World, we are taking a deep dive into the Harambe effect. Okay, so the Harambe effect is what that big swirling purple clouds are, which is a time split or a reality split from our current reality that we know it. So when Harambe the gorilla died in 2016, the world just kind of went to shit, and we're going to go along with it, and we're going to make fun of each and everything we can from that moment forward. But we have to accentuate the beginning and the kickoff point to set up the universe of First World. So First World is if you've ever wondered why or how the world has gone crazy, well, let us be the first to welcome you to First World. First World is a land where nothing makes sense, feelings trump facts, men are women, children are sterilized, politicians have converged with every aspect of society, and, well, bugs are for dinner. Unfortunately, the longer you stay, the less it makes sense. And to cope with it, we've created a parody. Welcome to First World is
does
one of our
anybody
log
have?
lines.
Is anybody rich on cryptocurrency?
Uh,
Because
Not at the moment. No, no. I've stayed away from cryptocurrency, and I'm kind of glad at this moment I did.
yeah, because that's been the latest weird thing is like, oh yeah, we a few $1 billion disappeared. We don't know where.
Yeah, where
It's
did it go? I don't know. If I kept my checkbook like that, the IRS would be crawling up me with a microscope.
oh well, yeah. But what was this? Somebody put it out there pretty brilliantly. Is like, if I'm off $100 in my checkbook, it's my problem. Um, if the bank is if I owe the bank $100, it's my problem. If I owe the bank $100 million, it's the bank's problem. And if I owe the bank $8 billion, I'll be trotted around the world on a media tour. Um,
You know.
so
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
strange days indeed. Um, so let me ask you this, because you set out to satire stuff. Did you ever run into a situation, or maybe in future volumes as you're writing, because this isn't ongoing right now, where you parodied something, and then after you've done it, you sit down, you having dinner, you kick back, you watch the news, and there it is. It just became a real thing.
Not yet. But I do like to go ahead and run the joke that, what's the difference between a conspiracy theory and news?
About 3
About
months.
6 months, three
Yeah.
months. It's getting a shorter time period on that, and that's about the uh, same issue. We just got started on the whole parody thing, and we are going to go so outlandish with it. If any of this happens to become more than just parody, I am going to be even more shocked than I am now with the ability to keep the entire world inside for almost 2 years.
I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for the Illuminati to
break into broadcast. They're like, okay, we can't take it anymore. Here, this is
Yeah,
what's
let me
going
just
on.
just tell us.
Let me just set you straight. we're broadcasting to you live from Atlantis right now.
Oh, since we did speak last, I did go ahead and get an update on one of our characters. Do you remember me talking about the Papa Time and his retardus?
Yes, the retardus. I could not forget the retardus.
Okay, I don't have a picture of the retardus that has been finalized yet, but I do have a updated version of Papa Time that we are going to go with, and we have the testing of the retardus that I'm going to go ahead and send you over in an email real quick,
All right.
along with the first 5 pages of line art for issue number 2. We are currently 15 pages into issue 2 completed. So let's give a little teaser while I'm on here, if you don't mind, just to show people how
Yes.
serious we are of continuing this.
Would love to do this. Okay, so people, what he's saying here is crowdfunding ends tonight, but the book's already done. So once Kickstarter has sent you the money for the thing, you're packaging and you're mailing. You've got the stuff.
I was packing up books earlier today. We have several people that have backed it for books, and I'm starting to put them into the envelopes now and separate things out. So they should be shipping within a week or two, and definitely have them in time for Christmas. If anybody has that one person you don't know what to buy for, this is either going to entertain or offend. Either way, it'd be funny.
You have those two uncles that talk politics at the Christmas dinner, and they're always going at each other. Get them each one. It'll piss them both off, and you might unite them.
Give them something to talk about that they can both agree on.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I'm watching for the mail to come in here. One of the things about Firstworld, there it is that it doesn't play favorites like good satire.
No, Firstworld takes aim at everybody because, in our opinion, everybody's a joke. Papa Time, ladies and gentlemen, there is our Papa Time.
He's blue.
OG gangster with his tracksuit. Yeah, we couldn't really decide which direction to go with the ethnicity of Papa Time because, he is kind of outside of space and time. So where would that put him? Put him wherever we want to put him. So I think blue matched the tracksuit the best and kind of highlights the Papa part of Papa Time. Maybe we can even throw it in there as a layered pun with Papa Smurf.
Looks nothing like me, Pop says. You're right,
hey, Pops.
It's a little more ZZ Top than you are there, and you have a better complexion. And of course, I love the Flavor Flav.
Oh yes, we definitely brought the Flavor Flav in with it. The challenge I gave to Antone to go ahead and give me this concept is I wanted Papa Time to be kind of a mashup between Flavor Flav meets Rip Van Winkle. And I think he hit it out of the park. Trucker hat with the little time symbols on it. We've got the
He's even got the grill.
Clock chain. We got the grill going on. The kicking 80s glasses. Yeah.
The front of the hat is a clock. Very nice. Very nicely done there. And then, of course, Papa Time gets around in his retardus.
This is our starting image for the retardus.
It's a phone booth.
Yeah, it's going to be a phone booth, and we're going to go more for a parody of the Bill and Ted's phone booth, mixed with, of course, everybody knows the Doctor Who's retardus.
Is it even more cramped on the inside than it looks like on the outside?
We're actually not going to spend too much time in the retardus inside of Firstworld. That is actually a setup for a spinoff that I'm already working on. Working on a spinoff that's going to circle around Papa Time and a character. I think we're going to name her or them a Zinni, kind of like a Ginny with a Z.
Okay.
And it's going to be our version of a Generation Z character that happens to steal Papa Time's retardus and take it on a joyride through time. They might be the ones responsible for the Challenger exploding in the late 80s. They might be the ones responsible for the plane crashes of 9/11. They might. It'll give us the ability to.
You're not going for the light stuff here, are you? It's a lighthearted look at tragedy.
If we're gonna do it, we might as well do it well. it's easy to make fun of the cheap stuff. It's making fun of the deep stuff and the things that people try to forget. There's no reason to forget about the tragedies and the mistakes we've made.
No, not at all, because you'll just repeat them otherwise.
Oh, exactly. History does have a tendency to repeat itself.
I had a high school teacher, Mr. John Elms. If you're out there, good on you, sir. And he had us write an oral report that we all had to deliver on first week on why we love history. And he stopped and said, or if you're daring, why we hate history. And of course, I couldn't resist that challenge. So I wrote a thesis that was, why I hate studying history. And I went through, Hitler's invading of Russia in the wintertime and took it back to Napoleon's invading of Russia in the wintertime. And I had a few other examples. The reason I hate studying history is because all we learn from history is that nobody learns from history, so why bother? And I got an A.
Well, that and also perspective is history was written by the winners. So it would be a fascinating read to read it from the losing side if there was anybody left during that.
Oh, come to Arkansas elementary schools and read about the War of Northern Aggression. They'll be happy to teach you.
Happy to share that with you.
Yes, it's a thing down here. Now I got the PDF downloaded, and I got that's going to open in this window, so I've got to move it, which is cool.
This is going to be the introduction into Firstworld issue 2. So Firstworld issue 1 is going to set everybody up for the world and what they're going to be. It's gonna lead you into the pool very gently, in my opinion, on the satire that we're going and how far we're going to end up going with Firstworld, and set the stage that this is a parallel fractured reality of current day politics, and we are using some of the very most blatant name conventions you can think of. So Harambe is killed not in the Cincinnati Zoo, but was killed in the major city zoo,
which has a sequel.
And then of course we have Auntie Samantha, we have Above Average Joe, the naming, or Papa Time, Mama Nat. The naming conventions are going to be parodied just in themselves.
I just realized how much Auntie Samantha sounds like anti-Semitic. Oh, I'm going to be watching for that.
So Firstworld in issue 2 is going to go so much further than we went in issue 1. Issue 1's only like a 24-page book. Issue 2 has 36 pages of art. And on this first page, we have a lovely family taking a joyride. If you would scroll back up at the top for me, please. Yeah,
we're going to Amuseland.
Going to Amuseland out of Rocktown into Major City 2. Not to be confused with Major City, because, it happens to be another city that's major. Yes. So it's Major City 2. And they're going to lead
one of
their
conceits of the show, of the series, is generic naming.
Oh, yes. It's the naming conventions I'm having actually a whole lot of fun with. So as our family gets into Major City 2, they're going to go visit their favorite amusement park, which is Amuseland. First panel to your left is the introduction of Mr. Mouseman. Mr. Mouseman runs an empire that has financial ties into Hollywood, which is a character all of his own, by the way. And he also has Hollywood is a physical character. Yes, that's going to be hilarious. I have him wrote down, but nothing more than just a concept blurb. But we introduce Mouseman here with his mouse tower eerily overlooking the town of Major City 2 and side of his Amuseland. As his phone rings, which this was a creative choice from my artist, Osiris. Osiris chose the Play School style phone, which I was dying laughing when I saw this phone in the storyboarding. So as Mr. Mouseman gets them on speakerphone and begins to chit chat on speakerphone with his goons, we will call them, that just happened to be at the Rocktown City Hall.
They're at the Rocktown City Hall where the other family just left.
So they are talking to the Rocktown mayor because he's having a horrible, horrible problem with the water supply in Rocktown. Not Flint.
There are all kinds of rocks, by the way, folks. Randy
There could be
Zimmerman.
Flint
This
rocks.
might be
There
your
could
rock
be.
town.
So in Rocktown, they're having all sorts of problems with the water supply. So Mr. Mouseman is going to be so generous as to supply an unlimited supply of water to Rocktown, and he's going to let the mayor take all the credit for it. Nothing could possibly go wrong, I wouldn't
No.
think.
Oh boy. But here's his henchman. This is Mr. Mouse. Mr. Mouseman. Okay, so do they have names?
They don't have names. They're just going to be little throwaway characters, or they're Mr. Mouseman's little henchmen, or his goon squad, we'll call them.
They just kind of come along and sing a song.
We kind of are parodying the Pulp Fiction, the
Yes.
Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta Pulp Fiction is kind of what we were trying to shoot for in that one. And we did go a little bit further. This is just the draft of the first 5 pages. So when and if you all decide to buy issue 2, you will be pleasantly surprised. We are cleaning up quite a bit of it and making some layered changes to add to this.
You would be a fool not to. This is hilarious stuff. So
issue 2 is going to take us into the Rocktown water crisis. It's going to take us. Hey, Pops.
Hey, man.
I was waiting
How
for you
you
to bring
doing,
yourself in, man. I didn't want to click you before you were ready.
Yeah, I had to fix the lighting. It was too bright behind me.
In issue 2, it's going to take us into the Rocktown water crisis. We're then going to go ahead and dabble just a little bit in the opinionoid crisis, because opioids and opinions and whatnots.
Yes.
We can play on words.
People can get addicted to opinions.
And we may or may not make a trip to a nightclub named Throb that might get slightly violent and need another appearance from our Death Snail.
Oh, that
Snail.
Snail's getting around.
Yeah.
So yes, we're going deep. Nobody is out of our radar. Nobody is outside of the scope to be made fun of. All of us are
Following.
guilty of to be made fun of.
This guy's following in the path of South Park, and he's not going to cut nobody. And he's like,
No.
love it.
South Park gave me pause that this is feasible, and there is an audience for it, and I happen to be part of that audience. So why not help perpetuate?
well, I mean, they're trying to crush that audience, but we're here. We're all still here.
Yeah, we're just going to go to a different medium. South Park's got the whole stop animation thing, and well, I'm going to play with comic books for the time being.
And it's your
Hint,
comic that you're making, which means that, if somebody gets mad, they can call your boss, which, you answer the phone and you say, hello.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me put you on hold. Let me get the boss. Yeah. What do you need?
HR. We got HR on the phone. HR. It's just F you on a loop recording.
Well, the wonderful part about it is we live in this beautiful country of America where we have a set laws and we have a thing called the Bill of Rights. So
Yes.
under lots and lots of research, the First Amendment right that we have as Americans is our freedom of speech.
Yep.
The freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and freedom of the religion. But back to the freedom of speech is completely covered under a lot of different precedences. Yes.
Sits on my desk.
Satire and parody.
Sometimes I have to. I leave it on my desk because sometimes I have to remind people what it says.
Yes. But a lot of people forget satire and parody is covered under free speech. So
Absolutely.
it's fair game.
Look, I wouldn't so much worry about the government coming after you, but
It's not
Karen,
necessarily the
just-
government I would be worried about, but
it's Karen.
Mr. Mouseman has
Because
big lawyers. Come
you-
on, look at the goons he can hire.
Yes.
See, this is my thing. You might be offended, but that doesn't mean it's offensive.
You do not have the
Absolutely.
right not to be
See,
offended.
everybody has a different idea of what offensive is. So you can't categorize it. You see what I'm
No,
saying?
it's individual for everyone.
Yeah.
And, it is your First Amendment right to be offended. Now shut up and sit down.
Yes. You do not have the right to not be offended. It's not written that
Now,
way.
for those of you who did not back this book, you're running out of time. I got mine.
3 hours.
got
You
mine.
see, yes, you called it. 3 hours left now. So
We got
we're at
28 backers so far.
we're at the last
And,
little sprint here.
Let me do something for RJ real quick because
What
I
do you
don't
got?
see one. Where the hell is it? There it is. Please share the campaign, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Okay, you know what, Pops? I have written into StreamYard, and if they're listening, I still need this. I got so many overlays and so many banners and,
You ran out of
and
room?
videos. I'm like, let me pop this shit out into its own panel, so I'm not scrolling up and down looking for shit while I'm trying to talk to somebody. It's just right there. I just
RJ, you can make like 10 different studios and make them smaller and more streamlined instead of putting it all in one.
But this is the only show I got. This is so it's one.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I got like 20 something shows and we're splitting them all up between 10 studios. Like there's 3 people using each studio, and it's like we're making it work.
Studios. I do have 2 studios. I have Marmalade Studio. So
Yeah, I don't have any studios, but I did just pick up a pretty little mic. I've been on enough podcasts. I'm going to try to go ahead and get the sound a little bit better.
oh well, it's working. It's working.
No, I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't even plugged it in yet. I took it out of the box though.
Plug it in; it'll figure itself out. It's most likely plug and play.
I did, and I plugged it in once, and it was a little echoey, which is why I went back to using the headset. It's not quite as bad.
You know what?
So I need to go with the settings.
Yeah, what that happened with mine, and what it turned out to be was that your laptop microphone still tries to pick up.
Really?
It was with mine anyway. I had to totally disable my laptop microphone.
Well, now hold up. If you're not using headphones and you have speakers for your sound, you got to turn them away. From the microphone,
I wasn't thinking about that one because I'd be picking up
that sound and give you that echo.
And while we're getting technical, see, my speakers, I guess, are the back of this computer here, but they're right behind my microphone. But
behind your microphone, yeah,
they're behind the microphone. But apparently, you know, my microphone's all the way around here. But I had to get scientific. I had to actually read what these little symbols were that looked like figure eights and eggs with bites out of them and everything. I was like, what the hell does this mean? So there's a setting where it's like, hey, if I'm anywhere around the microphone, I'm going to pick up.
Directional.
Then the one with the little egg and the bite out of it that says, oh, where that bite is, we ain't listening this direction. Yeah. We're only listening this direction. So I'm like, oh. So I turn that on and I talk here and I'm fine. But the stuff coming in at the back of it, it doesn't hear.
Right on. So you don't get the feedback and the reverb. Yeah, I just need to get some time to sit down and play with it. And one of these weekends, I will actually have time to do it.
And that is all it takes is just messing around. You figure it out real quick. You know, if somebody like me can figure it out, anybody can.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. It's, I'm not a hardware guy. I'm a software guy. I write the stuff that I want to have.
I figured that shit out without reading it.
Oh no.
It was because we always have the background noise. I mean, we got the washing machine, the dryer right there, the dogs. There's always something. So I had to figure out how to just pick up the sound in this corner of the room. Because there's always other shit going on down here.
So let's talk a little bit about the next campaign, because I think this was your first campaign, right?
My very first campaign, yeah. So I don't have a lot of confidence instilled in people that don't know me or anybody that's just looking at this with the trepidation that some people look at the Kickstarters and Indiegogo campaigns with that have never been funded before and have never actually sent the rewards out. I've heard that is a big scare that a lot of people have told me on some social media streams.
Sure. If they don't know you, they're like, I'll wait and see if he gets funded. He's funded.
Yep, already funded.
Get in there a while ago, actually.
This weekend is, I think we hit on Sunday. So we came real close to the very end before we funded.
That's cutting it close. But lessons learned from this one for next campaigns.
Absolutely. I've learned a lot of lessons on this one, and I'm thinking Indiegogo I might need to give a shot at for my next campaign and see what that platform has to offer.
You could actually go right to it from this one and get an Indiegogo going for issue 1.
I think I'm going to go ahead and take a pause through the holidays with Christmas
good.
right around the corner and New Year's coming up and things like that. I feel that's a bad time to try to throw anything out there, and I don't want to say it, but that might even have something to do with the barely making it over the finish line that we did with this. We did fun, but I was honestly hoping for more than what we were able to bring in.
Well, one of the things I noticed, and I noticed this watching it as an outsider, because I had sent the link to somebody else who was running a show. Amanda B was doing her comics that need pushed, that need help funding, and you weren't funded at the time yet. And I sent you the link to her video, and I was watching it through their eyes, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I see that. Fortunately, I've talked to the guy, so I'm in the chat saying, but this, it's this and that. But the trailer, it's a great looking trailer. It's got good music. It's good scene transition. Doesn't tell you what it's about.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't.
No, I've been learning a lot about that as well. I actually got into slight animation myself. So what I'm going to probably start working on in all of the spare time that I have is I want to take issue 1 and I want to convert it into a motion comic to be able to let people introduce them to Firstworld and kind of understand what Firstworld is and where we're starting off from. Because issue 1 will set the entire world for you, and any of the other issues you can at least know where all of this stemmed from.
You're going to convert the whole thing?
All of issue 1 into a motion comic, yeah. I think I might split it up into 5-page increments so that I can fit it onto TikTok and things like that to see if I can't get a few more followers.
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea. You're going to need voice actors.
Yes, I'm going to need voice actors. I bought a new mic in anticipation of doing one of the voices myself.
I'm down.
Well, yep. Papa Times right there.
I'm down. I love getting involved in all that, every aspect of what's going on anymore. I want to be part of it. So, yes, I'm down.
So
also, if you don't mind, if I can throw it out while we're here, we also might be looking for a new colorist. We may or may not be running into an issue doing the coloring of issue number 2. So if anybody would like to go ahead and drop me an email or get a hold of me, let me take a look at what you're doing. We might be in the market for a new colorist.
I will. I know some colorists, and Pop, you know some colorists. So get the email chains going out tonight and letting them know where Doc's at.
I don't do that. I just drop it in the madness. Hey, I know somebody needs a colorist, and then people that respond, I send them to Doc.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I need a colorist. Because hey, I'm entering this crazy funny book business too now. I've got a short story coming up, but right now it's all black and white, and there's only 2 pages of it that exist. So I'm like, but it's cool though, because you created this world, and then you had to tell it to an artist. So I know now what you feel when you see that first page of art come back that's translating what you wrote down. Like, oh look, they got what I said.
They understood it. They understood it better than I did. I love this.
Yes.
I have a lot of fun with the script reads when we get together as a crew and we try to read the script together, because everybody's inputting the little inputs here and there, and I have a lot of fun with that. I work very well in groups.
Well, your concept is just, it's inviting of new things, because everybody can think of something stupid.
Some
First
people
world
do
is
it inherently, and they don't realize it. But yeah.
Exactly.
Firstworld is a stupid magnet.
Yeah. Wizard's first rule: people are stupid.
It's kind of resemblance to what Terry Pratchett's Discworld.
Yeah.
It had a little bit of influence from that as well.
I almost said my statistics teacher. That's what we called our statistics in college. My statistics teacher always said, assume people are idiots and you'll never be disappointed.
Statistic.
Yeah. Well, it was a statistical analysis class, and it was a pain in the brain, but yeah, he always said, assume people are idiots and you'll never be disappointed.
I haven't been so far.
So how far-reaching do you see the Firstworld project being? I mean, you've already got a spin-off plan. This is a universe.
I actually have 2 spin-off plans already going with it. I would love to take Firstworld and turn it into an actual studio where I can not only go ahead and get some of my ideas out there, but my writer and my artist are both now pitching their IPs to me as well to try to help them put it together. I guess I've done this relatively quickly, and I have zero creative skill when it comes to visual. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler. I have the artistic ability of a gnat. But I do like to think I am clever and creative and, kind of like handicapped porn. And we can come up with something that is insulting and engaging all at the same time.
Yes.
You just said handicapped porn, didn't you?
Oh, yes. That's clever and creative, is it not?
Yes, absolutely. Midget handicap porn would take it a level beyond.
Yes, that's clever, creative, and
see, this guy
extreme.
is 100% madness. I don't know where you been hiding, dude. I mean, really.
It's his first comic. It's his first comic.
It's my first comic. It took me a little bit to get the courage to actually try to get out there and compete. I never thought I could actually do a comic book because I can't draw. I've never had the aspirations to make one until I decided that, you know what, I don't have to be able to draw. I just have to be able to hire the person that does.
But see, not everybody in the madness actually does comics. There's a lot of fans. You should have been here a long time ago. That's what I
probably should have, but I'm here now, and I have no anticipations of going anywhere.
Yes, this dude. You fit.
I'm
right
having
in.
fun.
You fit right in. You really do. You belong here. We love parody books. We love stuff that makes us fucking laugh, dude. I'm so
well. We've got enough superheroes running around and things like that. In my opinion, the greats have already done a good job on that genre. But they gave us a platform that we can do anything with.
Yes.
It's a visual storytelling platform, and well, a picture's worth 1,000 words. So.
I don't care what you're doing, though. What genre it is, you can still make it funny. It doesn't have to be all funny. It can be the darkest shit you can think of. You can still crack some humor in there.
Yes,
That's all
if
we
you
want.
can't laugh at what's going on, you're doing it wrong.
That's what
You're
we
part of
want.
the problem. If you can't laugh at what's going on.
I need to laugh. I need to be entertained. If I wanted to be depressed, man, I just turn on the news. I don't go to comic books for that. I go to comic books for the lighthearted fun, for the shit. Come on, man. Y'all get it together.
Big influence on me actually wanting to do one, believe it or not, was the Shirtless Bear Fighter series. And if you all haven't read series or Shirtless Bear Fighter 2, oh my God, it's one of my favorites. I am currently collecting all the variants.
Hopper's digging it out. He's going to have them. But I just love the craziness of it. I mean, Firstworld is a world where if there's a riot, the police are throwing bricks through windows.
Yes, yes. Just wait. Hopefully it's going to be around long enough for us to get to January 6th.
Jeez, where are they?
Oh, that's going to be hilarious.
That will be glorious.
Or maybe even the new president. I've got him already lined up. You see, because during the pandemic, we're going to be having Uncle President.
Uncle President.
Uncle President.
Yeah, because
we plan to take the storytelling in an annual basis. So we're going to go year by year in almost a chronological timing of the fuckery we've experienced in the past half decade. Yes, there they are.
Shirtless Bear.
Do you have the Burt variant cover?
These are the 2 covers I have.
They've got the Shirtless Bear Fighter 1 run. They had a Burt variant cover. Do you remember when Burt Reynolds did his spread in Playgirl, where he was on the front cover? Okay, they actually knocked that off on one of the variant C's.
Oh, I remember. Like I remember.
Oh my God, I had to argue with the comic book guy in order to order it for me. He told me no twice, and I'm like, dude, I'll pay double. Just order it for me.
Why would he not order it for you? Look, you sell hot dogs. I want a hot dog. I want a hot dog with relish on it. No.
Well, it's the same place
there.
that I failed in getting a variant for one of my Walking Dead covers that I was looking for because he wouldn't buy the Gay Pride variant.
Oh.
See, that's how well I know my collection. It was like you said, Shirtless Bear Fighter. I went right to the drawer it was in, pulled it out.
You got some pretty variants there. Those are good. Have you read the second series yet? He's
Nope.
currently on the second series.
No, I haven't
So he's got a new character he introduced. It's Mr. Biyagi, and it's a bee that runs a honeycomb that trains the bears. Oh, it's absolutely hilarious.
Honeycomb's big.
Yeah. Sorry, you triggered something in me.
No, man. Rich and Doc do that to me all the time. I don't know if you've ever seen Doc's show, Doc Blalock, or Rich's show, but they sing. Doc put that in his stupid intro on his show. The honeycomb song, dude, it's horrible. I can't get away from it now.
he could, you know. Hey, Mike. Yeah, when everybody's done here, pop over to the mic stand. Get your nightly dose of niche news in comics, manga, anime, and professional wrestling, as well as this day in niche history. Yeah, I don't know what. I'm at a loss because we covered so much of this last time you were on. I mean, we went well over the hour that we were allotted.
Oh yeah, I think we almost doubled that hour we were allotted. We were close to 2 hours, I think, if I remember right on that one.
And you know, it was just because there was so much to learn about this world, and you know what I want to know more about is, you know, where to go.
Did we go through the character concepts last time?
We
went through
some of them.
Mama Nat, and here, let me go ahead and send you an email with a bunch of character concepts, and we can just go through introducing characters, and that should go ahead and give people plenty of a idea of the Firstworld fuckery.
I like Mama Nat. She's my favorite.
Pops, did you see Mr. Mouseman here, Pops?
Say what?
Did you see Mr. Mouseman here? This is issue 2.
Yeah.
We're looking at.
I did see the Mouse Man. I remember that. It's like,
okay, well, this is the new pictures he just sent over for issue number 2 that they're already 15 pages in on. And these are his 2 henchmen dealing with the mayor.
Now, is his name Licky Louse?
No, it's Mr. Mouseman. That's remember, everything's generic.
Don't worry about me. I'm just taking a shot at that other mouse. Leave me alone.
And I think that's all of them. Giving them a minute to upload, and I'll be shooting you over that email, and we'll go through that. But Pops, did you see the Mouseman's goons that are threatening the mayor there?
Yes. I love it. Look. You remember I backed this when I looked at it the first time, right?
Oh yes.
The first time.
13. Okay. I actually already have your cover signed and put into a box.
And one of the things I'm going to do right now is try to forget everything I know about it so that when it gets here, it's fresh. Like I just pulled it off the shelf of my LCS. You see what I'm saying? This is one of the problems with crowdfunding and advanced knowledge and all that is I have to try to forget it all so then I can read the book when I get it.
Yeah, because you've seen it all.
You know,
I've been talking a lot about the world as a whole, but I don't think I've given too much away about how issue 1 is wrote, because everybody knows the monkey dies. Yeah, but how do you tell a whole story about the monkey dying and setting up the world is the intriguing part. So it's layers. I am a big fan of readability and layers and rereading.
Yeah, that's why I'm a fan of Mike Barron, because everything he has, you have to peel it apart to get to the heart of it. It's got layers. I love it.
Yes. Hopefully you see something new each time you look through it, and they sneak up on you. Did you get that email I sent over?
I did, and I just had to go into a show. There's Joe.
They are. This is Above Average Joe.
Yeah.
Above Average Joe runs a podcast in Firstworld that helps us keep track of the litany of characters that we put together, because the list is continuously growing. I'm probably making characters I'll never use, but it's fun. So Above Average Joe is going to help us sort through them from the comfort of his podcast and his perspective out into the calamities that is Firstworld.
Could you draw him with a beanie for me? I just think he looks kind of like Malin. I'm just saying.
I can't draw him with a beanie, but we could possibly work it into one of the issues.
He does he does kind of look like John Mayall. He needs a tooth.
I'm just saying, man, average John. You know?
So he is one of our main staples of the comic book is Above Average Joe. He is the one that is gonna kind of hold us grounded in Firstworld.
So he's gonna stick around through the majority of the issues at least.
You should see him in every issue for the most part. Now, in some issues, he's going to have more airtime than others, but well, sometimes we need more room to introduce more characters because we have lots and lots
So
of characters.
do you use his podcast to introduce the characters?
We use his podcast as a narrative tool in order to steer the story in a perspective view.
Okay.
So it's more like a storytelling and flashback through the
I was gonna
podcast.
say it's not like somebody goes on Joe Rogan and then they're part of the universe after that.
They'll like talk about the event where these people are rather than the people actually coming on the show and being introduced.
Yeah, anybody that's going to be on with Above Average Joe is going to be talking about whatever event that we're going to be making fun of, and most likely they're going to have some sort of an interaction with the event. This is another character we created as a plot tool. This is Devil's Advocate, also known as D. You see, Dee may or may not be a double agent, and she has the ability to teleport around, so it's really quick on getting her to move where we need to move her all over Firstworld, because we're not just taking aim at America. It's just that's where I know the best and where we're going to be most at home. But we do have Mother Country, we have Big Asia, we have Little Asia, we have Cold Asia-ish. We have lots of other places that we're planning on going to.
I need to know, is Hollywood putting on a major production in Eastern Europe and is just like, saying, cut, roll them, and just putting on a war movie?
He will be putting on several movies and using those as plot developments, but we've got to get through a couple years of this before we even get close to that. So
That's right, because you're still in 2016 on this.
Oh yeah, 2016. I got 4 years to get to before we even get to close to current, and that's going to be a lot of material to cover. In 4 years, we're going to be hitting the pandemic, and that in itself, we can have just an entire annual of the pandemic. We can just call it the pandemic annual.
So Dee is sort of like your girl on the street. I mean, she just shows
Dee
up
is our street reporter for Above Average Joe, and she's the one that allows us to actually get out into the real world as the events are going on to convey the plot.
Now, is there a devil that she advocates for, or is this just?
No, that's her plot armor. No, she is the Devil's Advocate. The Devil's Advocate is what I would think the concept of Devil's Advocate would be like. If you were to go ahead and actually think about the Devil's Advocate from a conceptual term, I think it would be a fiery little devil chick that you really can't trust.
I know those people. Input.
This brings us to Input. Input is going to make his debut in issue number 2. So he is already signed off and sealed for this is the concept art of Input. Input is the dictator of Cold Asia-ish. And he runs a country that happens to have a lot of hackers in it. And they are the ones that run most of the Betaverse, which is our version of a social media platform.
Beta rhymes with never mind.
So that he is part cybernetic, not quite identifies as human, male nor female. He just identifies.
So much fun we're going to have with all these characters here. Auntie Sam.
Auntie Sam, one of my favorites, one of the creators of Firstworld. Auntie Sam is one of my first jokes that turned into Firstworld, and this is my interpretation of what my Uncle Sam that I fought for in the U.S. Navy has turned into. This is America as we know it, in my opinion.
Yeah. So Auntie Sam did used to be Uncle Sam before she.
Oh yeah, right before the surgery. She is absolutely a pre-op transsexual of Uncle Sam.
So the whiskers keep trying to come back.
They do.
That's what I love.
And male pattern baldness. It's all there. The hormones have a freakish effect on the body when you start to age. I've heard.
If B. Arthur were still alive, you could make a movie.
Auntie Samantha is the head or the ruler of the League of Three Letters, which is our villainous group of henchmen that she is able to send wherever they may need be. They also go by terms of IRS, FBI, DEA,
Do they glow?
COP. No, but they all look alike, and we'll get to some concept art of here in a minute because they even have a difficult time telling each other apart.
Perfect. The Found Fathers.
Found Fathers is one of my absolute favorites. Found Fathers is an Appalachian redneck that happens to be haunted by the founding fathers of America. So you've got a redneck man that is constantly bombarded. Nobody else can see it, just Found Fathers of the folks of Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson and George Washington, maybe even a little Thomas Paine's influence. But if they can't get him to get the opinions across, they might even have to jump in and possess him to do what needs to be done. Imagine Jefferson's response when with the ladies. I've always heard Jefferson was a ladies' man.
Yes, he was. Yes, and he wears, for being the conduit for the founding fathers, he wears a Confederate flag on his overalls.
It's a little bit more of the Appalachian side that's coming out in him. He just happens to be cursed with the founding fathers coming down on him. He's not too pleased about it. He didn't want it to happen. It just happened. And every now and then things happen that he happens to do, but he doesn't remember doing it, nor did he do it.
Oh, that's even better. All of these characters can get their own book. Or at least their own, story arcs to run throughout here.
Now we bring into LGBTQ or HNSKR or whatever other 5 letters we decide to choose into that panel when they're introducing themselves. Pay attention to the different facial features. We drew the same face multiple times because we are going to be having every intentions of having a moving piercing. So it's going to go in from panel to panel from different sections. One panel it'll be in the lip, the next panel it'll be in the eye, and next panel it might be in the nose. Panel over it might be in the chin. The rainbow of the outfit also has full intentions of changing in order in every panel, and the character couldn't quite make up which ethnicity it was going to be, so it decided to be all of them.
And every little gender represented on the outfit.
Oh yes, the first version of it was a little bit farther on the gender side. The artist even removed one of the breasts in order to have an homage towards the Amazonian archers.
Wait a second, I know that story.
Supposedly the Amazonian women that were archers removed their right breast in order to be able to have a straighter shot.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. I get it.
Now, the ones with little titties didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Which they just should have chosen. Anyways, Mama Nat. Mama Nat is our demigod, one of our, to take a page out of DC's Sandman, one of our
anthropomorphic personifications.
Yeah, there you go. Anthropomorphic
I like
personifications. Mama Nat is Mother Nature herself. She is, in my opinion, that grandmother that would be cooking, right? And she's in there kind of giving you a lecture and you mouth off and she's going to hit you with a spoon and go right back to cooking before you even realize what happened. But she is just an absolute tall baby, sweet baby. Oh, if she doesn't have the spoon, she's going to throw a flip-flop at you or a can of Campbell's soup or whatever she has handy.
And of course, we've already seen Papa Time now,
and Papa Time is her counter. So you have Mama Nat and Papa Time, and they're kind of our anthropomorphized figures or ideas.
Now, do you have the same artist drawing issue 1 that you had drawing issue 2?
The issue artist, the line artist, is different than the concept artist. So Osiris Santos is my line artist. So for issue 2 and issue 1, those are all done by Osiris. Yes. Issue 1, I still had a leash on him, and I kind of kept him towards my storyboard that we did. For issue 2, I allowed him to actually redo the storyboard and do his own additions, and he decided to add the phone. It was his idea to go with the dog and the duck for the goons. So he brought a lot of character into the second issue that I am more than pleased with. He is absolutely amazing.
This is the issue that I picked up, by the way. Because I love bifurcated covers. One of my early freak me out villains was the composite Superman, where it was like half Batman, half Superman. I'm like, how come the cowl doesn't just fall off?
Let me get both y'all's opinions. You like the double covers or the split covers like this? What's your opinions on that, Pop? Because I am designing covers already for issue number 2.
Okay, well, I'll give you my thought on it. If you're going to do this, you need to do it with 2 different artists.
Well, so far I have 3 artists doing issue 1 for the
No,
covers,
I mean the cover. You want 2 different artists, one doing each side.
Oh, really? That would be interesting.
Oh,
I didn't think about that side.
See, that's what I'm saying. If you do a split, if I see a cover like this, the first thing I'm thinking is it 2 people? How cool! And then I look and it's one person. I'm like, damn. I like collaborations that work, people. I like collaborations where people get along and shit actually gets done. You know what
Welcome
I mean?
to Firstworld. Firstworld started as a joke in May of 2022, and it's now December, and issue 1's done. We're halfway done with issue 2.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we have an incredible crew. I'm sorry?
I'll tell you something else I like about split covers. Now, see if I can describe this right here. I like the kind of split covers like this. Now, imagine you're holding the book in your hand, but the edge of the cover is right there by above average Joe's nostril. That's the flip over. And you see the full Harambe when you turn the thing back.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, if you scroll down to issue 2.
So you do a half cover on top of a full cover.
I'll say the second cover right there, the Amy's cover, cover A with the Nickelodeon looking gorilla. That's actually designed as a full cover. That's supposed to be front and back. Now, it is not going to ship as a full cover. This will be corrected if I reprint it, and there's only 75 of these that exist. But that was printed the same as the other ones with the traditional back cover when it was intended to be a full spread cover. So the other half of Harambe is supposed to be on the back, and yeah.
I got you. But yeah, this is like just a cover that only covers the first half of the book.
Yeah, no, I understood what you were saying as far as the full bifold. Yes.
Yeah,
but this would have been wrapped around, and it's not.
I got the dual cover too, the 2. But yeah, if I understand RJ correctly, that would be like putting 2 covers on, a full cover and then a half cover.
Yeah. So when you open it up.
You remember those? Was it really that long ago when they did that whole Death of the Family, that Joker story with Batman? Yeah. They all had the same Joker cover. It was like covering half of it. That kind of a thing. So here we're looking at the opening. This is page 1.
Death Snail.
Page 2.
Death Snail right there.
That's actually page 2.
Look, we're gonna turn Death Snail.
I didn't give you page 1.
We're gonna turn that Death Snail into a folk hero.
Well, I have full anticipations of the Death Snail being hidden like a Where's Waldo or the snaily slime. Find the snail. It's going to be in each issue. Where are you going to find it at? We plan to put actually another the Easter egg in the issues. We created a character by the name of MK Ultra, who is a retired League of Three Letters member that is going to be, drawn into the background of a scene here or there with government secrets falling out of his pockets like bouncy balls, maybe peddling LSD to children.
Oh, jeez.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, bring them all. Bring every conspiracy theory into the.
I want to try to bring them all to Firstworld because this is the perfect home for every conspiracy theory I can find.
So, do we have aliens? Do we have Bigfoot?
We don't need them yet. I haven't run out of story material. So far, I'm having a difficult time squeezing in all the calamities that have already happened. I've had to. There was a lot of 2016 we couldn't make fun of just because we didn't have the time or the room. I want to get to 2017.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's weird shit happens. I mean, I saw a Craigslist ad yesterday looking for crisis actors for something that's supposed to be happening between December 5th and December 13th. I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna have a news story come up here.
Are they running that on Craigslist?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so the 13th of December?
But sometime between the 5th and the 13th. We're already on the 7th, so
So what has happened? What are we watching for?
nothing's happened yet that I'm aware of. But keep your eyes open. I'm sure that's like Hollywood's top recruiting agent is crisis actor. I saw the light bulb. Okay.
I'm trying not to say too much because I don't want to get in trouble for conceptualizing my parody. That's where I think I'm going to get into the most trouble is on the conceptualizing while I'm trying to explain what I'm parodying without using the parody
Don't explain anything.
as an example.
No. This is where you will run into the problem.
Well, here, let me pitch one of my cover ideas at you for issue number 2. If you all thinking easy, I'm thinking I've come up with a cover that I would like to see. Schoolhouse Rocks. Do you all remember Schoolhouse Rocks?
Yeah.
How they would use words to make the shapes of things.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a cover, and since we're going to introduce Mouseman and Amuseland into issue 2, we might as well give the best homage that we can on the cover. So we're going to go ahead and take the word pride, and we're going to turn it into a rock. So it's going to be Pride Rock, right? Kind of like they have in The Lion King, that big rock overlooking the sea of who he is going to be king of, right? And on top of our Pride Rock, we're going to go ahead and have Pope being held up by the mechanical puppet. Underneath Pride Rock, let's go ahead and take Big Pharma input, Auntie Samantha, Mouseman, and any other character we can think of in a bowing pose to the Pope and his control of this timeline of Firstworld. You think that would be going too far?
No, not at all. Now, but you just said something now. So the Pope has the control of the timeline of Firstworld.
Oh, the Pope actually won his. Did I send that to you? Let me send this.
I've seen pictures of the Pope, in the Pope hat with the TV screens.
Okay, so I took a page out of the Marvel Comics world where the post-credit scenes worked out very, very well for them. Come on, I have watched more credits for Marvel than any other movie I've ever watched because I want to see what happens after the credits. I want to see what they're setting up for, what's coming next, and that's something I decided to parody as well in Firstworld. So we absolutely have an after credit. So after I give credit to everybody that helped me make this amazing book, I'm also then going to come back with another 2-page spread as an after credit spread. I just emailed you the spread.
Okay.
I reshaped it into a different flow, so it rolls a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to put this on?
I will. Yeah, I just got to wait for it.
Completely up to you. I don't mind. If they're watching this, this is not really a spoiler at all for issue number 1. This is just helping you realize how far we're going with Firstworld.
Boom. And okay. Now I'm gonna have to
zoom in.
Yeah. Enhance.
Okay, so this is where we have our sexy nuns. Our sexy nuns are making sure that they are taking care of Pope, kind of like you would take care of an 18-wheeler. They're making sure he's all shined and polished, and
it's funny that they're doing this to him, and he's mechanical. He's a ventriloquist.
Well, they're polishing him up, making sure that all the joints are still moving, nothing's getting in the way. And, well, of course, you notice in the back there the little hand sticking out of the hat with the smoke coming out of it because, well...
Oh, my God!
Mechanical.
The choir boys are not sitting there with their mouth open and singing.
No, there are ball gags in the mouths of the choir boys.
Hold up. Yeah, and this is not C3POPE, is it?
So
It's a
let's go ahead and
mechanical
zoom in
Pope.
just a little bit on the hat on this next panel. No, as you scroll up, it's the hat. The
Yep.
next panel is the hat. So that zooms in a little bit on the hat, just to kind of let you know where we want your focus to be, is on that little hand sticking out behind the Pope's hat.
Yep, right there.
Because that's the man behind the curtain.
Yes, because there's always somebody behind the curtain controlling what is going on. So we have Pope inside of his Pope mobile,
Here's
watching
what I
his
love about Pope.
TTV.
I don't know if the art team did this on purpose or not, but the Pope monkey looks like board chimp, the NFT craze.
I've gotten a lot of that. I don't think that was on purpose, no. But the Pope is sitting there with his hand out the window, smoking his cigarette like a trucker.
Yeah,
looking
and
at
can
his
watch past, present, and future on
past,
the
present, and
TV.
future, kind of like the Vatican's coronavisor. Have you all ever heard of that conspiracy theory? They've got a TV that they're able to see the past, present, and future, and evidently, in order to become a sitting pope, you've got to watch the death and resurrection of Jesus.
Interesting.
The conspiracy I ran across on that one. So sure, let's go ahead and throw that one in here as well.
I
So
wonder how they got a camera that far into the past.
They sent somebody back.
it's supposed to bend light waves from history and condense them into this coronavisor. I don't know. I've studied way too much of it.
It's the same way that Star Trek can have the ground of the planet they're going over show up and it be a straight on view instead of an overhead view. It's that same camera technology where they bend light waves and pick them up from different places.
And well, Pope won his TTV or coronavisor from Papa Time in a bet way back in the day, because Pope is going to be older than you think. As he answers his phone, all Pope-like and all, which he may or may not have a yarmulke on.
That's I was wondering about that. It's like, really?
Oh, come on. You've got to have a Jewish monkey controlling the mother-obsessed cult.
Yes.
And then we're going to go into the time, the TTV, the time television. So he's seeing the past with the death of Harambe. The present is the splitting of the timeline. And then the future is the gay frog orgy.
Damn, the present looks just like a big old mushroom cloud.
Yeah, well, that's the time vortex.
That's the time vortex that split Firstworld into the chaos madness that it has become.
A gay frog orgy.
I don't know. It might hint that issue too.
Alex, you got to find Alex Jones' address and send him a copy of this.
We actually made a character resembling Alex Jones. His name is Handy Sook, and he's going to be making his debut in issue 2 as well.
I love it. I cannot wait for this book to get here so badly. Issue 2, launch dates, delivery dates. What's the plan?
I'm expecting to be finishing and completing issue 2 in January, sometime mid-January. So I will probably go ahead and start a campaign for it early February to mid-January, depending on how the team rolls. We did just lose our colorist, so that may give us some delays for issue 2, but I don't expect by too much.
So
yeah, there's plenty of people out there that are looking for work, too. You know, and good ones. I mean, you know, there was one in the Madnesses a couple days ago that was asking about colorists, and he ain't been asking anymore, so I'm assuming he probably is. It's kind of how we roll, man.
But he's looking at the price. Like, yes, I can see now. Good job. So somebody knew.
He's talking to somebody.
Yeah.
He may or may not have told them to do it. You know, who's the one behind the curtain? How did he know the death of Harambe would turn into the gay frog orgy?
Okay, now, by the way, we see Harambe got shot in the head. But that's not the only gorilla we see get shot in the head, and there's no context for this Mr. Monopoly dressed gorilla that also gets shot in the head further down.
There is no context on that now, is there?
Yeah.
No.
I wonder what we're telling a story about. I can't give that away because that is the main guts of issue 1, and I do want a surprise to come when it's read.
All right. Good. I can respect that, but damn, it's like, wait, That's not Harambe. That guy's wearing a tuxedo and a top hat.
You know, I've got a major monkey theme going on for some reason. We're just monkeying around over here at First World.
I have noticed that, and I've got to see more. I've got to see more of Aunt Sam. Aunt
Sam is all over the book.
Look,
She has a
that's
lot of
the other
activity.
thing, RJ. This is a CG book if I ever saw one.
It really is.
What's a CG book?
Don't understand.
Don't go there.
Sorry, curious.
You know, it's for people. You know, I guess people that lean to the right.
Oh, Ethan, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
Guys,
So I had to think for a minute.
I'm really surprised that there's not more.
I've sent several
about
emails out and tweets and texts and things to people in different communities, and I have not been picked up yet. And I was kind of hoping to be. So if anybody is listening and anybody wants to, I will be more than welcome to jump into that community.
Well, all you got to do is say you're in the community,
Yeah,
and you're there.
you just start going in the chats of the people that promote CG. You know, you go to their chats. You let people get to know who you are. You drop your link. Like, you can come to my chat and drop the link to your book anytime.
Oh yes, but with the multiple things that I keep going, it's very hard to find time to sit down when everybody is on. So
well, see, that's
I
why
need to be more.
That's why I try to have something on all day long.
Pops' network is 24/7 almost.
I'm trying. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get
it
pretty much something on my network pretty much any time of day. And I'm showing replays at night, so even them people over in the UK can watch it again.
And it's not just one YouTube channel. He's got it's
all over the place,
like a peacock.
It's all over there. Well, I'm gonna have to spend some more time on your channels there and dropping in on the chats and saying hi to you.
Just drop in the chat. You know, drop your links so people get to know who you are and where to find your books at. Mike just dropped over here and he said, "Hey, everybody, this is where my YouTube channel is."
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about. You go in the chat, you tell everybody, this is where I'm at. And like my channel, I give everybody a wrench. So you can just come in and do it. But with other people, you know, that don't have a wrench yet, all they got to do is ask me. Some channels won't give you a wrench, but there's other people in the chat that will take your link and they will share it. You see what I'm saying? You just got to get known. You know,
nobody joins CG.
I jump in this show.
You're pushed into it.
You just kind of get thrown into it.
You're pushed into it by people who hate you.
Pretty much.
You know, and I was actually kind of planning on a little bit more of the hate for the book than what I've actually gotten. I've been accepted quite graciously into most of the places I've tossed it. I've even been put on the shelves in some of my local comic book stores where I didn't think they would put me on their shelf. And I even was made comic of the week the week I was on with you, right before Thanksgiving. I was put on for the comic of the week in a specific comic shop here in local where I am.
It is okay. No, that the Dorkening has a show going on our channel right now. Those are the guys, Woody, that we're merging with. We're building the Roku channel with. We're taking their 50 shows and our 26 shows or 30 shows, whatever we got, and we're putting it all together on a Roku network. So I'm not really competing with those guys. I mean, RJ's part of what we're doing. We're all, you know,
you're assimilating them.
Yeah, it's like I'm just making sure that they got another avenue to be seen. Just like
I'm going to your channel right now. Am I being overridden now by the next hour?
No, they're coming in. No, they're coming in from a different place. If you guys were both in my StreamYard, you wouldn't be able to go to my YouTube.
Oh, you have 2 live shows on your YouTube channel right now.
I've had 3 live shows going on my YouTube channel at once before.
I didn't know YouTube would let you do that. That's amazing.
Just by experimenting and trying.
You never know unless you try.
Yeah, look. Sometimes I'm going to 10 different places. Like
failure's the best lesson.
The Baron Earls show tonight and the Ask Chuck Dixon show, I send them over to the Dorkening network, so they go to 2 destinations over there, and then I set them up for 8 more on my channel.
Yep. Or and then you bring them on and do the replays on mine. I'll log in. I'm like, What the hell is it? Oh, Paul Pops wants to put a show out here.
Yeah, and I'll go because I am like partnered up with RJ. I can go into his and just download whatever. If there was something live on our show already, on our network already, I'll download RJ's show, play it later in the evening, just to make sure that he gets on our network too. You know, I mean, like I said, for me, it's just figuring out as many ways to get as many eyes on what everybody's doing as I possibly freaking can.
I mean,
have you seen the what is it called? Whatnot, and what's going on over there?
I know about it. Didn't we talk to that guy, RJ? Who was it? I go on so many shows.
What are we talking about? Whatnot?
Whatnot is kind of like a Twitch meets eBay. So people will get on and live stream and then sell comic books and things like that straight right then and there.
It's like QVC.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. They show, the link to their eBay. They'll show it. They'll talk about it. They'll be like, get it, auction. Feeding the auction.
Oh, you know what? If okay, this doesn't work.
Instead of just putting it up there and letting people find it, they're going out and making sure people find it by talking about it live.
So this is what I'm
envisioning. Well, and they're inviting artists on to do variant covers live right then and there. Now they're just drawing the covers; they're not drawing the whole books. But they're, I've heard like they're taking the Ninja Turtles cover and substituting the turtles with other iconic characters.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And then just selling prints. Yeah.
I know that Indiegogo, the video that is at the top, can be basically an embed of the YouTube video. Kickstarter takes the video and uploads it, makes it part of the page. I know because I had to download the video and rip it out of the page and then upload it here to run it. But Pops, imagine this. Imagine that Kickstarter let your video be an Indiegogo or be a YouTube video. Now imagine that on a closeout night, you replace that video with the live stream video.
That would be cool.
In your Kickstarter live streaming and pointing to the little Jerry Lewis telethon prompter as it's going up in dollars.
Maybe you should maybe suggest that to your buddy Luke over there for that, and let him have some kind of a
new thing,
something different from everybody else. You might have hit on something right there, so pass that on to your boy.
I'll do that.
Everybody else, shut up! Don't say nothing to Kickstarter or Indiegogo. This RJ's shit. That's a great idea.
That's a good one. Yeah,
it's kicking off. Yeah, it would be. I think it'd be cool.
Right there. Yeah, the closeout run. Yeah,
and it wouldn't be that hard. All he'd have to do is code the feed in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just embed it. Yeah.
I can embed videos on my own website, and they can be live streams or replays. It doesn't really matter.
What I'm saying. That would be simple. Great idea, RJ. Gotta give it, man. See,
every once in a while I get something like that. Hasn't happened since
we do though. We bounce shit around till we come up with ideas to improve the shit that's out there.
Yeah. I haven't felt like that since I said, "Hey, what if I were to ship all your books for you?"
And look. You ain't the only one now. Everybody else is picking that idea up too. See, I got my book from Michael Gonzalez in a nice black bag day before yesterday. It's like,
yep,
yeah.
People are putting them in those poly bags because they don't get wet.
Yes, don't fuck up your Gemini and then fuck up your book.
I'm mailing all the books with bags and boards.
Oh, RJ, did you see the other thing that I picked up? I
wasn't there.
When I was at GRCC, Kurt Zauer gave me all 4 of the Spectres and Sabanian books. All 4 of them, dude. Signed them for me and everything. I read the stories. Didn't know anything about it.
I'm going to NWA Con next month. Dude, I can't wait to find some comic artists there.
I was just blown away because, sometimes I'll find out about books I don't know anything about.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about that book.
And then you read it, and it's like, damn, that's pretty good. How come I didn't know about this? I mean,
first of all, you didn't know about it for the same reason that it's pretty good, and that's because it didn't go through a major media PR machine.
Yeah.
because they're the ones who get the word out on stuff, but they're also the ones who make sure that it's vanilla enough that it won't burn anybody's tongue when they taste it.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. This one's got all kinds of fucked up shit in it.
I hate to do it. Give me just 5 seconds. I'm going to be right back. I've got to go run real quick.
You're good.
Oh, you know what I got to do now, Pops.
You
know what I got to do. It's going to happen right about now.
That sounds like a prostate problem to me.
I hope he heard it.
It sounded like a prostate problem to me, though.
Oh man, that's not fun, man. Fortunately, I don't seem to have that problem. I'm 55 years old, and I just had my physical, and I did the blood work last week, and I came in, and the doctor sat down and says, "Well, you want a copy of your blood work results?" I'm like, "Well, if I'm gonna live, I don't need to see it, and if I'm gonna die, I probably shouldn't read it obsessively." He's like, "Yeah, you're fine. You're gonna be with us for a while. Everything's right there, square normal, but yeah, good attitude."
Cool. Yeah, I don't even want to go because I don't want to know.
I don't even know when I'm gonna die. Thanks very much.
I mean, it's not like I'm deteriorating or anything, and other than maybe some joints in my hands and stuff, but everything else seems to be working okay, so I'm good.
Oh shit, we have dropped to 2 hours to go on this.
Man,
guys,
come on, we need more people sharing this out, yo.
Share this link. Share this out to Twitter now. Get this. Come on, make me look like I do something for people when they come on my show, please. Because if everybody comes on and nobody's getting back when they're on my show, I might not have a show much longer. I don't want that. I mean, Pops, you get people back on your show, right? You see numbers go up. You get people back when they come on?
Sometimes. Look, this is one of the things I never guarantee.
I know.
Okay,
you can't guarantee it.
I can't guarantee. I can push your book from the day I hear about it, at pre-launch to the unboxing, and I can't make people spend money. That's just outside of my, gifts. But I will tell you, I worked my ass off to try to get people to spend money on your books. I spent a lot of time talking about books, sharing and getting involved in what people are doing because I want people to know. Now we're to the point where we're actually spending money to get you guys seen. Okay, so don't hate. We're doing the job that the big two. They got this huge marketing department that puts all their people out there, and all they got to do is put that stupid logo on the cover of any book and it'll sell.
That's right.
Okay.
Doc, did you hear what I did to you when you left?
I did.
Okay.
That means he didn't have to go.
I didn't want to be upfront about it. I was like,
I didn't have to go far. No, yes. I'm on my third cup of coffee for the evening, and I've only had 4 hours of sleep in the past 24 hours. So no, I had to take a quick little minute.
We're going to let you go here in just a second, but yeah, Woody picked up on. There's nothing wrong with the joints in your hands, Pops. We know that.
He knows.
They're fat and well rolled. So
they're definitely well rolled. They're not always fat though. Sometimes I have to be frugal.
We prefer to be called cheap. Thank you, Pops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
But we just noticed that we have 2 hours to go on this. We're not going to, as much as I would love to, if there was activity, especially. I don't want to keep you for the next 2 hours. I want you to be able to, watch this in complete silence and frustration and neuroticism. It's like,
what I want to do is go hit some of those other shows that are live and make those people drop your link too.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. 2 hours to go. 2 hours to go.
So,
Final
you
push.
know,
How much traction can we get here at the end?
I'd love to see this thing at least break the $2,000 mark, because between you and me and everybody else, we know $2,000 isn't going to cut it.
I've been already invested well more than that into it. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Now, where does Divergent come into this? We might have talked about this last time, but
I don't know if we did actually. I decided that when we were getting right at the tail end of the production of issue 1, I had to make a decision. Am I going to go ahead and go to print with it now? Because I found a pretty good print place where I could go ahead and print a large volume of them and try to distribute myself. Or am I going to try to do another form of marketing to try to get the word out? And that's when I ran across Kevin over at Divergent and Inked, and gave them a phone call, talked to him, and he is the one that helped me put this Kickstarter campaign together. He has held my hand this whole way and helped try to teach me the ins and outs of how the crowdfunding is supposed to work, and that's
so he's
the
publishing.
reason we are a Kickstarter.
Okay, so he's doing the publishing on it then as well.
I believe it was one of his connections that printed it for us as well. Yes.
Okay. Then they're expanding out into even more realms of crowdfunding. So that's cool.
And he actually even hooked us up with a very good letterer that allowed us to re-letter issue 1 before we went to print with it, which it desperately needed now that I looked at the backs of it. I didn't quite realize that was a discipline all on its own.
It is. Here's the thing about being a letterer. If you do it right, nobody knows you. If you screw it up, everyone sees it.
I did never actually even realize that was just one person that did that. So when I hired the first artist, I'm like, okay, Antone, I want you to draw it. I want you to color it. I want you to letter it. And his mouth just kept getting bigger and bigger. And I want 5 pages a week. And he's like, yeah, no, just no.
We compartmentalize every one of those duties that you just listed.
Yes. And he's like, you're asking me to do 12 people's job. No.
Yep. And in the time of one person.
Yes.
Do half as much of one job.
So I've learned quite a bit when it comes to the production side of it. That's more of what I'm overseeing is the production side.
So Doc, you got all these character designs that we just went through here and saw the different characters. I need a banner for this. I need an overlay, Pops. I need an overlay for my trademarked. Here's what you need to do. I want to see those characters vinyl cut. Die cut on vinyl.
Working on it.
Just like Joe King here.
In our campaign, we're giving away stickers.
Cool.
That are die cut of our characters.
This is a magnet. What I want to see somebody do sometime. Yeah. That's what this is.
I didn't think about magnets. We're just doing stickers right now. Magnets are brilliant.
I want this sticker right here. This one.
We can make that happen, Pop. But yeah, magnets are better than stickers because stickers go on my laptop and then my laptop dies and I throw them all away. My refrigerator dies. I take all the magnets off first
and then put it onto the new refrigerator. Yes.
Yeah. But if you did it on just vinyl without the magnet and without the sticker, you're too young, Doc. I know this, but Pops will remember. Pops, when we were kids. Color forms. You remember color forms?
Yes, I do. We still make those for the grandkids.
Yeah. You lift the lid off the flat little box, and there's this cityscape that's like just generic city and road and street lights and
yes,
stuff.
I know what you're talking about. And it sticks on top, and you can move them, and that is brilliant.
Move around, create a scene. People can play Firstworld. You can have dead Harambe, lay him down in the middle of the street. You can have Papa Time.
RJ, shh! I'm gonna introduce him to Chris later. Don't worry about it.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
We know people who know people.
No, we know people who do stuff.
Yes.
We know people who get stuff done. That's what he's got so many.
I'm trying to think of a way to turn it into a game, so that might work.
He's got like 5.
Chris is the guy to talk to.
Yeah, he's developing like 5 different games right now. So.
Nice.
But if you want to know where to get the magnets done at, I'll send you the link. And that's
we'll put you on the queue, though. We'll put you on the queue because once he sees this, he's gonna.
That's great.
because
Well, I'm actually working with Amy now, putting together a pitch deck because I might have to go look for maybe an animation studio to help me with taking it a little bit further.
there you go. Yeah, this would be a great week. Well, you already said you're going to take the first comic and turn it into a motion comic and do it in like
and 3 to 5 minute increments, and I should be able to stretch the first issue, half a dozen different clips.
Yeah, do that and then send them all to Netflix.
There you go. It would actually be really kind of cool to watch a motion comic on Netflix where it doesn't have all the movement in it, so you still get the depth of the comic book, but with just a little bit of animation or 3D immersion to it.
That was some of the original comic book animation that they did. Even though we had,
I'm a huge fan of it. I love the motion comics. I will share a link with you later of some stuff I've worked on for other projects I've done that I don't have rights to share publicly.
Okay, that we won't show them. I've seen the Watchmen motion comic. Back when the movie came out, they released the comic book as a motion comic. That was interesting. And of course, we all remember the 1965 when Captain America throws his mighty shield, and it was just like these Jack Kirby stills, and they would like just animate the lips, but nothing else would move.
Yes, that's more along the lines, but what I'm looking at doing with the first issue, because I might be able to pull that off myself. I've been playing with the different Photoshop programs and all of my art, and I might be able to pull this off.
More power.
And then I can get credit for more than just creating it.
Yeah, which means that your check gets bigger. That's how Stan Lee, got bigger checks. He did multiple departmental jobs on a book, so each one was its own check.
There you go.
On writer and editor? Well, the editor makes so much and the writer makes so much. Yeah. I'm plotter too, by the way.
Storyboarder, and yes.
Yes. Layouts were done by me. You know what I wish StreamYard would do, Pops? I wish that when we did this was clickable.
That would be cool. It is clickable on the Twitch if they're watching on Twitch. That link is there. If they're watching on your channel, it's in the chat. If they're watching on my channel, it's in the chat. Yeah,
I know it's clickable from the chat, but I mean if it were like clickable on the screen, because after this the chat may not play again if they're watching a replay. But
that's why we put it in the description, and it is in the description, so you will be able to see it. You will be able to click on it. For as long as this thing is up on RJ's YouTube channel, you will be able to click that link long after it's dead.
Yes. Yeah, you might be clicking on that and finding out it's gone. But for the next 2 hours, it's there. Yes. Yeah, you're right. This works better with Indiegogos, doesn't it, Pops?
Well, see, this was going to be the sad part of closeouts don't work on a replay.
No,
they don't.
But at least we can confidently say it's been funded.
Hold up.
Congratulations.
This works on a replay if we can tell people you can get this at firstworld.com.
Firstworldcomics.com.
Right?
You can get this at firstworldcomics.com. RJ, do you mind bringing up my website?
Not at all. I'm working on it now.
There you go. See,
I actually even have a product page where we're starting to merchandise.
Oh, don't tell me this.
That's how you get the replay watchers right there. See.
Wait a second. Firstworldcomics.com, right?
Yes.
Make sure you edit this and put it in the YouTube as well.
I'm getting a GoDaddy page.
First World Comic, no S.
Oh.
You must be specific.
It is the only comic of First World.
There we go. That's the page. That's what we want.
So we can go to firstworldcomic.com as well, and you can pick up your own copy there, or you can you can watch our ever expanding list of merchandise. You want to hit the shop button?
I'm going to. I just put the thing into the chat here so other people can.
Oh, gotcha. I'm sorry.
And there is the shop products. Can't check out yet. Don't have anything in the cart. Oh my stars and garters.
There you go.
First World socks.
Oh yes, the Firstworld socks have been a big kick. I've got those on their way. They've already shipped according to the last email I got.
The poker cards, the hoodie, the pill. You can get Aunt Sam on
Oh,
a
it's a
pillow.
double-sided pillow. Auntie Sam's on one side.
Who's on the other?
I believe on the other side is the oh, I don't remember. What did I put on the other side?
I click on it, what did it say? We're only seeing the one. Oh wait, but there we go.
The other side is
That's
Auntie Sam
Sam.
with the kid and teasing him with the lollipop.
Yeah, sucker.
Yep, exactly. Layers. Like I said, layers. Your Firstworld coffee cup with the contradicting black inside.
Nice, very cool. More T-shirts here.
And I'm
sticker
working
sheets.
on other designs that are still in the drafting stages.
And then of course you can still get the. Oh, now look at this. This was not available on the campaign.
It was not. That is the first version of the comic before we started coloring it. So we started promoting the black and white version as just a cheaper version to try to get in on.
So is the next book going to be issue number @ ?
You know, it might be at Amuseland.
Okay, because I noticed you don't have issue 1. You have issue shift 1.
The capital one.
shifted up. A
It's the
capital
capital
one.
one.
I got you. Capital 1. It can be capital 2, capital 3.
Now, I did go ahead and make sure that only made it onto the variant covers. So in the actual campaign, it is a issue 1 for the split cover, which is the main cover. The variant covers are issue capital 1.
I did
So
notice
that might
that.
be a good.
Even though it says it here, I do know that it's a 1 on the cover in the
Yeah,
campaign.
I did go ahead and change that. There was a couple of versions as we were going through, so I need to update my website. Thank you for letting me see that.
Is the story going to be sequential through? Is this a sequentially read arc, or can anybody pick up? Like, I picked up issue number 3 of Firstworld. Hey, this is pretty cool. Okay.
If you've been
here's number
alive,
2.
if you've been alive for the past couple of decades, you're going to fall right in. You'll be able to understand any of the issues you pick up, even if they're out of order. Absolutely, because we are following a sequential time table. So you don't have to know what happened in one specific year to be able to follow what's happening in another year. So it should be being able to be read out of order very easily, is what we're hoping for.
All right. So there you go, people. Get the. I got to see this Aunt Sam T-shirt.
Yes, Aunt Sam wants you to do as you're told.
Now her hair is
Slightly
blue on
different.
one side.
Our concept artist did put that one together, and not our line artist. So we have slight interpretations of the characters done by different artists.
I can dig it because blue hair is a thing.
Well, and it's Auntie Sam. You
Yeah.
have blue in the white, and throw a little bit of red in there for the bow tie.
Do as you're told. That's her mantra. Okay, I keep looking at it and wishing it higher. It's not happening, and I'm going to let you get back to your night, man, because you could be doing something else.
No, I would not rather be doing something else. We are having so much fun here. We are well over time, though. We were supposed to be just an hour, and we're broaching 2 hours now. So
Just like last time. And you might as well block it off for issue number 2 when you come on. It'll be
2 hours.
2
Yes.
hours.
And yeah, we got to stop before 2 hours, or I can't use it as a replay.
Well, yeah, there you go. Okay, so we got 16 minutes, plenty of time. We'll wrap it up right now then. So, folks, if you had to find your wallet, your credit card, whatever it is that you use, get it out, have it in front of you, go to the Kickstarter link below in the video here, jump on Firstworld. Guaranteed you are going to find something that's going to offend everyone in your family, and then you'll find something that will offend you. So, but the cool thing is that you'll laugh at all of it. So
If you want to follow us, you can find us on the Instagram, the Twitter, the Face page, and also firstworldcomic.com.
Absolutely. And it's First World Comic all the way through. So
no S, firstworldcomic.com.
I dropped it in the chat over there. I put it in the description of this show on my channel. But
did it not show up in the description on your side?
You got to do it on your side too.
The First World Comic.
Yes.
Yeah, I added that to the description. So look, you guys, even when this one's done, you can still go over there and get the product.
Yes, directly on the website itself.
All right.
You bet, Woody. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Woody. Thank you for coming on.
Glad that you were able to make the rounds and meet the people who promote comics other than me.
I'm so glad I got to meet all of you all. You have been super helpful. I've learned
next
so
time
much.
I think we'll be able to get you a little bit wider reach for number 2.
Oh yes.
We know you. You know,
and I've made my rounds and I've done my introductions, and I think we're gonna work. This is gonna
get
just
number
be the
1 in hand, see, and then I'll have you out here to unbox it.
There you go.
Yeah. See, and by the time you're on number 3, historically speaking, and I can find several examples of this. By the time you're on number 3, you won't have time for my channel.
You'll find time for your channel. You've helped me out so much.
You'll be too big of an element. You'll be like, oh yeah, that Doc guy, he's got a new show tonight. He's putting stuff out, and I'll be sitting here like, I've watched people come here and then they go off and become somebody. Doc, Pops, you've seen it happen.
Yeah, but I always try to drag them back around though.
All right, folks in the chat, thank you so much for being here tonight. We don't have a show without you. And as always, while you were here, we just hope you had a blast. If I can find my video, we will say good night.